Welcome to Asian ID. There's a saying quietly circulating in the short drama world, almost like an unspoken rule, a kind of CP mysticism. No matter who Wang Hezhen partners with, no matter how visually stunning or talented the co-star may be, the audience's emotional compass somehow always tilts in one direction, toward Guo Yuxin. It sounds irrational. But the more you look at it, the harder it is to deny this pairing hasn't just succeeded, they've created a kind of emotional continuity that feels almost instinctive. 13 years of restrained, unspoken love in one story. A dangerous, calculated push and pull of revenge and desire in the next. Two completely different narratives, yet the same conclusion from viewers, they just fit. So where does this CP mysticism actually come from? Part of it begins with timing and memory. When aired, it didn't just introduce characters, it built emotional investment. Audiences didn't simply watch Lu Jinian and Qian Hao fall in love, they lived through every hesitation, every missed moment, every quiet glance. That kind of slow-burn storytelling doesn't disappear when the drama ends. It lingers. It attaches itself to the so when Wang Hezhen and Guo Yuxin reunited in, viewers weren't starting from zero. They were continuing something. The chemistry didn't need to be rebuilt, it was already there, layered with memory, expectation, and emotional residue. But memory alone isn't enough because Wang Hezhen has worked with many actresses, and succeeded with many of them. With Hae-in, the chemistry leans toward visual sweetness and playful tension. With Ha Chengyu, it becomes something deeper, more grounded in performance and emotional realism. With Lulu, it shifts into a more intense, almost painful romantic aesthetic. He adapts. He adjusts. He delivers. That's his strength. But adaptability is not the same as inevitability, because when he stands next to Guo Yuxin, something changes. The interaction no longer feels like a collaboration, it feels like a continuation of something already in motion. Their rhythm aligns more naturally. Their emotional beats land with less effort. Even silence between them carries meaning. It's not louder. It's deeper. This is where the idea of overall compatibility comes in. Not just visuals. Not just acting. But timing, pacing, emotional response. Both actors share a similar approach to performance, detail-oriented, restrained, reactive. They don't overplay emotion, they let it unfold. That creates space for each other. And in that space, something rare happens. Trust becomes visible. You can see it in their scenes. A glance that lingers half a second longer than expected. A pause that isn't empty, but filled with unspoken thought. A reaction that feels less like acting and more like instinct. Directors have even mentioned that their scenes often require minimal guidance. Because they're simple, but because the actors already understand each other's rhythm. And then there's everything outside the script, the behind-the-scenes moments. The small gestures. The kind of familiarity that can't be fully staged. A thermos handed over without thinking. A chair steadied instinctively. A name spoken without formality. Individually, these details mean little. But collectively, they build something powerful, believability. Of course, skepticism exists. Some argue that this is simply well-executed CP marketing, a carefully crafted illusion designed to maintain popularity. And they're not entirely wrong. The entertainment industry understands the value of emotional projection. Here's the key difference: even if part of it is constructed, the audience still chooses to believe in that. Choice is everything, because modern viewers are not passive. They are selective, experienced, even critical. For a pairing to consistently win their emotional investment, it has to offer something beyond surface-level appeal. In the case of Wang Hezhen and Guo Yuxin, what they offer is continuity, not just across scenes, but across projects. Not just within stories, but beyond them. This creates what can only be described as an emotional extension effect. The relationship doesn't end when the episode does. It carries over, to interviews, to behind-the-scenes clips, to future collaborations. Each new project doesn't replace the last, it builds on it. That's something most pairings can't replicate, because it requires more than chemistry. It requires history, it requires trust, and perhaps most importantly, it requires the audience to want to keep believing. So when people say that no matter who Wang Hezhen works with, the balance always tips toward Guo Yuxin, maybe it's not really about comparison at all. Maybe it's about something much simpler, and much harder to create. Not who fits best on paper, but who feels impossible to replace once you've seen them together. Thank you for watching the video. See you again.